The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people, emphasis on was. Hello and welcome to Screen Rant, What If's darkest episode yet kills off almost all of the Avengers before they can even get shawarma together. Going back to the events of Thor, Iron Man 2, and even the Incredible Hulk, we've got subtle character references, running Marvel gags, and possibly even another murder for Bucky to make amends for. I'm Greg Elliott, and here is every MCU Easter egg we caught in the third episode of What If.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people, see if they could become something more.
The show opens on a Monday with a riff off of Nick Fury's team-building speech from the Avengers, then brings us right into Iron Man 2's donut shop scene. But the big difference this time around is that Tony drops dead, and Disney's box office dreams disappear in a puddle of spilled coffee. Also interesting is that the Watcher's montage voiceover mentions Tony battling demons inside and out, referencing Iron Man's drinking problem in the comics that the movies were never quite bold enough to take on. Moving into Tuesday, in the events of the first Thor, Clark Gregg returns to the MCU as Agent Coulson, and so does Frank Grillo's Crossbones, as he's tasked with transferring Black Widow for questioning to Alexander Pierce, the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. sleeper agent introduced in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And speaking of the Winter Soldier, the Black Widow truck breakout scene is a nice spin on Captain America's elevator scene. And then we go back to the Mjolnir site in New Mexico, where unlike in Thor, Nick Fury is now there. Remember, he didn't show up until the credit scene in that movie. And we also discover that Captain America isn't the only superhero that Coulson has a bit of a man crush on.
He's a Caucasian male, mid-20s, with really great hair.
Excuse me?
It's an accurate description. He's gorgeous.
Wednesday brings us into the Incredible Hulk territory, where Natasha and Betsy Ross, two of Bruce's love interests mind you, meet for the first time. And when Nat notices the Stanley's Pizza uniform, itself an Easter egg back in 2008 as a play on Stan Lee, things get a little weird as we get Mark Ruffalo back as Bruce Banner, but in the events of the film where he'd been played by Ed Norton. He's a Hulk playing a Hulk disguised as another Hulk.
What?
When Natasha threatens to get rough, Bruce says that's probably not going to work out for anyone, which is just like his line in the Avengers when he thinks Natasha is there to kill him. And the show then brings us back to the glass walkway scene at Culver University before things go south and things end with a big green bang.
Kneel before me. I said. Kneel!
To avenge his brother's death, the new Crown Prince of Asgard barely resists reminding everyone he's burdened with glorious purpose, but he does demand everyone kneel before him like he did to the crowd in the Avengers. And there's also a bit of a flip from that movie where Coulson calls Natasha during her interrogation scene, when she now calls Fury in the middle of Loki's grand entrance, before Loki unleashes the Casket of Ancient Winters, which we saw in the first Thor and again briefly in Ragnarok.
Hashtag Steve. I heart Steve. 0704.
Wow. Good one, Coulson.
What?
When Natasha gets into the S.H.I.E.L.D. files, Coulson's fanboy password ends in 0704, which is Steve Rogers' MCU birthday, the 4th of July, mind you. And after she gets taken out, Fury pulls out the same pager Carol Danvers gave him at the end of Captain Marvel. And in the episode's final showdown between Nick Fury and crazy Hank Pym, who now looks a lot more like Yellow Jacket than Ant-Man, we find out that Hank's daughter Hope was killed on a S.H.I.E.L.D. mission in Odessa, which is where back in The Winter Soldier, we learn that Natasha was supposed to rescue a nuclear engineer, but Bucky showed up and killed him. So it looks like in this universe, Hope took the place of that engineer, and Buck's now got another name to cross off his list. The episode ends with this Loki finally invading Earth as he always wanted to, but not all hope is lost as Captain Marvel got that page and is ready to fight. And we'll be ready next week too, so we'll see you then for more What If callbacks, references, and Easter eggs. I'm Greg Elliott, thank you so much for watching, and I'm out. See ya.